After 2 o'clock at April, that election day, he never said thank you. I asked him, can you say thank you to the WeChat group of the volunteers, because we have contributed a lot of time, just to show your appreciation, because you personally got elected, but the whole party is not elected, so we still feel disappointed. Can you comfort people? After 5 days, he replied me, okay, I never did anything. I believe a lot of you have same feelings as me. We're not only angry, we're actually furious.
So hi everyone, my name is Angie. I'm sure I have more friends and I know more people in Unionville than Michael. When he was first parachuted into Markham Unionville, it was almost the election time, and he had to collect 100 signatures, endorsement from the constituents to endorse him in order to submit his form for election. And he didn't know anybody in the writing, and he knew that I know more people than him, so he asked for my help to collect signatures from him.
In my opinion, this is a serious issue. So for the MPs, they still can, by law, they can disagree with the party. They can vote based on their conscience. They can leave and join the other party. But when they join, become a turning point, the government from, let's say, minority government become a majority, or majority become a minority, then I would say the voters have a final say.
All right, everybody, nice to see you. Thank you very much, Grace, and thank you to the organizers for putting this together. My name is Lionel Logan. I'm the conservative candidate of record in Townhall, the neighboring riding to Markham Unionville in this last election, and obviously we're all very disappointed. So he certainly did the job here in Markham Unionville. We vetted Michael Ma. We looked into his background, his business dealings, and his resume. On paper, he was a great candidate. A self-made man, a community leader, champion of fiscal responsibility. But there's one thing a background check cannot protect. It cannot protect an issue of the soul. It cannot protect a man who can look you in the eye, shake your hand, and lie to you without blinking. We didn't fail to vet him. He successfully defrauded us. He defrauded the party, but more importantly, he defrauded 27,000 plus people in Markham Unionville who put their faith in his word.
Of corruption, I have had enough. My vote was not for Michael Ma, the man, because I hardly knew him. None of us, we can tell right now, none of us knew him. I didn't stop at my own vote. I rallied neighbors, friends, fellow Canadians. People weary from years of broken promises, soaring costs, lies, corruption, and eroded freedoms. And then one voice became many. Many became thousands. 27,000 of us who dared to hope again. I will never forget that feeling, the joy, the relief, when the results came in. We won. That's how I felt. I was happy. Here in Markham, we had representation, a conservative voice for all of us. What we fought for, what we wanted, what we demanded, what we were sick of. I say we because this victory belonged to all of us, every single one of us who voted. It wasn't just for Unionville, it was for Canada, a hope for a change. Or so I thought.
I would like to look forward on the horizon and see what other candidate is going to step up in this riding and take his place, because I think you will get even a bigger majority if you can find a candidate that will actually commit loyalty to you publicly and even legally. And we deserve that. And I live part-time in Nova Scotia, part-time here in Ontario, Durham region. I watched the same thing happen with Percival Vermont, the Conservative MP the Annapolis Valley and Yarmouth area. He did the same thing and silenced nothing. And I've been trying to encourage people while I'm here in Ontario before I go back in the spring, for the people there to do what you're doing. You're demonstrating at least an action plan. I like to see what's done here with the sign, and use the alternate medium here to your benefit. I think you're doing that, and I'm going to encourage people in Nova Scotia and the rest of Canada to do exactly, pay attention, watch what Markham Unionville is doing here. And I really want to commend you for this, because it takes courage, because we could have a federal election a lot sooner than we think. So we need to get ready. We need to develop candidates that can speak to this and show up, and not just show up after they get elected, but show up and actually represent you. But I know the residents here are going to know, they're going to be able to see a little more clearly now what the seat means. And you can grill the next candidate on this very issue. So this is a criteria for you to give them your precious vote. So thank you very much.
Resigned as the first person from his office and stepped away from him. So that's
Thank you guys. It's very emotional. My name is Deepak, if you guys don't know me. I have a speech ready to, because if I get emotional, then I go off cry. So yes, I will speak on my heart. It really means what is, right now we are debating what is to be a conservative. That's how bad Union has become. But we have hope. We have hope. It was not just me who resigned. There was another person from the head office. She also resigned. She lives in Markham Unionville just like me. We did everything right. We put him in power, and we have the right to take him out of power also. Because that's what democracy is. That's what we are standing here for. It's not about the race, it's not about the color, it's not about anything. It's about the true values. So it was the party. It was what we stood for, what we stand for. That's what I work for. So, first things first, my name is Deepak Taveja. I live in Markham Unionville. His reasoning to cross the floor is that the Liberals, he has more access to MPs, he has more access to ministers, and his reasoning is that I will do what I need to be done. Totally false. Totally false. And I'll tell you how I can prove that. Kani has been there since April 2025. He's done zero. Nothing has happened. Even him being a liberal, it means nothing. It will change nothing. Because the party agenda, he has to follow. He got elected with the Conservative Party agenda that was to stop crime, to reduce crime at least, to work for the people. That is the problem here. So I don't believe, that's my answer, I don't believe that he will make any difference in Unionville. I was in his head office. And he told me that you will be an MP in 6 months. I said, it depends if my values are right. I refuse to be an MP in a Liberal party, but I will stand for conservatives. They don't know what value is, and I respect that. Thank you very much, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.
I live in Markham, Thornhill, but I volunteered with Lionel during his campaign, and I also volunteered with Michael during his campaign. And when I heard the news, I was very disappointed. I was mad, and I couldn't believe that Michael had betrayed the trust of over 27,000 people. And I regretted volunteering for him. I regretted knocking on doors for him. and I think that what he did was wrong. I think it weakens our democracy, and it weakens the will of the people who voted in as a conservative. I mean, people say, like we were talking about, it's the MP's choice to cross over, but the people voted for a conservative MP. They want conservative values in the riding being represented. If you really wanted to run as yourself, if people were just electing you, you should run as an independent, right? And I think what he's done is wrong. I think he needs to resign. I think there needs to be a by-election. I mean, if he really says that the people of the constituency, he spoke to the people of the constituency to cross over, okay, let them then prove it. Come out for an election. Let them vote for you as a liberal. I'm sure you won't, because you know you're going to lose. People don't like traitors. And I think what he's done is wrong. I think he needs to resign. There needs to be a by-election, and he needs to step down. Thank you.
Michael, you screwed up. We will not respect you. We will not forget you. And in the next election, we'll make sure your career ends exactly where it deserves to. In the history book as a cautionary tale.
This is our voice. We need your contribution to this. I thank you so much for supporting us along the protest